You're gonna wake up tonight, probably around 3 a.m., eyes open in the dark, heart already racing. A thought you didn't invite sitting on your chest like it's been waiting for you all day, and you'll think the same thing you think every night. What is wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you. What's happening at 3 a.m. isn't a malfunction, it's a message. Why it picked that time, why those specific thoughts, why you can't fall back asleep no matter how hard you try. You'll stop fighting it. You might even start listening. The loop that traps you awake until sunrise, and the one shift that finally breaks it. This one is for the overthinkers. Stay with me.
During the day, you are not processing your life. You're surviving it. You're answering messages, meeting deadlines, smiling at people you don't like, swallowing the words you should have said, scrolling, working, performing, anything to keep moving, anything to keep the noise out. But your mind keeps a list. Every unspoken word, every unresolved conversation, every fear you pushed down. Your subconscious files them away, quietly, patiently, like an inbox you keep ignoring. And at 3 a.m., it opens that inbox and reads every message out loud. That's why your thoughts at that hour feel so loud, so dramatic, so real. You're not broken. You're finally listening to the part of you that's been talking all along. Until one night, it doesn't whisper anymore. It screams.
But underneath the thoughts, something deeper is happening. Something physical. In the second half of the night, your body shifts out of deep sleep into lighter, more vulnerable stages. Your cortisol, the stress hormone, begins climbing in preparation for morning. For most people, this rise is gentle, unnoticed. But for an overthinker, for someone carrying unprocessed anxiety in their body, that cortisol rise hits like an alarm. Your heart starts beating faster before your eyes even open. Your chest feels tight. You wake up already anxious, and your brain scrambles to find a reason for the feeling. So it grabs the nearest thought, the text you didn't reply to, the thing your boss said, the relationship that's slipping, the mistake you made 3 years ago. Your body created the anxiety first. Your mind just gave it a face. This is why a worry that feels like nothing at 3 p.m. feels like the end of the world at 3 a.m. They're not prophecies. They're chemistry wearing a costume.
Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. If you wake up at 3 a.m. every night, like clockwork, your body isn't malfunctioning, it's communicating. There's something in your waking life you're refusing to look at. A relationship you know is wrong, but won't end. A job that's quietly draining the color out of your life. A grief you never gave yourself permission to feel. Your mind has been trying to bring it up all day, but you keep changing the subject. You open your phone, you eat, you scroll, you distract. So at 3 a.m., when there's no phone, no food, no people, no noise, it finally has the floor. It speaks in dread, in tightness, in tears that come out of nowhere, in the urge to text someone you shouldn't. The body keeps the score, and at 3 a.m., it reads it back to you, out loud, in the dark.
Beneath all of it, there's a deeper fear most overthinkers never admit, even to themselves. You're not really afraid of being tired tomorrow. You're afraid of what the silence reveals. You're afraid of who you become when no one is watching. You're afraid that if you slow down long enough to feel everything you've been suppressing, it will swallow you whole. So you'd rather be exhausted than honest. You'd rather scroll until 2 a.m. than admit you're lonely. You'd rather replay old arguments than admit you're still hurt. 3 a.m. doesn't lie. That's why you fear it. It strips away the busy, the noise, the performance, and shows you yourself, raw and unedited. The mind makes monsters out of feelings simply because it never let itself feel them. They spend entire lives running from a ghost that was only ever their own reflection. Don't be most people.
Here's why you can't fall back asleep, even after you've calmed down. You wake up, you feel anxious, You think, I need to fall back asleep. That thought creates pressure. The pressure creates more anxiety. And now, you're wide awake at 3:47 a.m., staring at the ceiling, doing math. 6 hours, 5.5, 4. If I fall asleep right now, I can still get 4. And the more you chase sleep, the further it runs. The very thing keeping you awake is your attempt to sleep. Sleep is a surrender, not a task, and your nervous system doesn't know how to surrender. You can't think your way into sleep. You've been trying for years. It hasn't worked once. At 3 a.m., you're not failing at sleep. You're succeeding at vigilance. And the way out isn't more effort. It's the opposite.
3 a.m. doesn't have to be your enemy. What if instead of fighting it, you let it speak? What if instead of begging your brain to shut up, you asked it, "What are you trying to tell me?" The thoughts that haunt them are the same thoughts trying to save them. The anxiety is a messenger. The panic is a compass. The dread is pointing at something real. When you stop running from 3 a.m. and start listening to it, something shifts. The wake-ups get softer. The thoughts get quieter. The grip loosens. You're no longer abandoning yourself when they show up. You don't heal insomnia by sleeping more. You heal it by living more honestly during the day. The bravest thing you'll ever do isn't conquering 3 a.m. It's letting it conquer the version of you that's been lying.
So here's what I want you to try the next time you wake up. First, don't reach for your phone. Don't check the time. The moment you check the clock, you start the math. The math starts the panic. Just let the time be unknown. Let yourself not know. There's a strange peace in that. Second, try a breathing pattern called 4-7-8. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 7. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 8. It's a signal to your nervous system that you're safe. The long exhale slows your heart rate and pulls you out of fight or flight. Third, ask yourself one question. Not why am I awake? Just this. What have I been refusing to feel? Whatever comes up, let it. Cry if you have to. Whisper it into the dark. Open your notes app and write one sentence. Not a journal entry, just one honest sentence. And close the app. Once your mind realizes you're finally willing to listen during the day, it stops needing to wake you up at night. Maybe you've spent years thinking something was wrong with you. You watched other people sleep through the night. You watched them seem okay. You wondered why your mind wouldn't let you rest the way it lets everyone else rest. Your mind isn't punishing you. It's loving you in the only language it knows. During the day, you don't answer. You don't pick up. You don't even look in its direction. 3 a.m. is the last door it has left. It's not your enemy banging on the door. It's the most ignored part of you, asking to finally come in. So tonight, when it knocks, open the door. Here's something nobody told you. You were allowed to be tired. You were allowed to not have it all figured out. You are allowed to fall apart at 3 a.m. and still show up at 9 a.m. like nothing happened. That makes you human, in a world that keeps telling humans to be machines. You started carrying things you were never meant to carry alone. Your body is finally saying, put some of it down. You don't have to fix your life tonight. You don't have to have an answer by morning. You just have to stop pretending you're okay when you're not. If you're still watching this, if you've made it this far, I want you to hear something. The fact that you're sitting with this video instead of scrolling past it means something. A part of you is ready. A part of you is tired of running. A part of you wants to finally meet the person you've been avoiding. That part of you is brave, braver than you give it credit for. You don't need a new routine, a new app, a new version of yourself by Monday.
You just need to come home to the one you've always been. They didn't need you to be perfect. They just need you to stop pretending they don't exist.
3 a.m. isn't punishing you. It's protecting you. The moment you stop treating it like an enemy and start treating it like a messenger, the wake-ups slow down. The thoughts get gentler. The mornings come softer. You finally stopped abandoning yourself in the dark. Your peace isn't on the other side of better sleep. Better sleep is on the other side of your peace. It was always waiting on the inside, behind the door you've been too afraid to open. So tonight, when 3 a.m. comes for you, don't fight it. Don't run. Just breathe and listen. Because you were never broken. You were just unread mail. And tonight, finally, someone's home to open you. That someone is you. Sleep gently. The version of you that wakes up at 3 a.m. might be your most honest one.